Hello everyone, and welcome back. In my last video, I began talking about one of my favorite franchises of games ever, Command & Conquer, and one of the best games within it, in my opinion, General Zero Hour. Last week we began with the American campaign on hard difficulty, and this week we'll be doing the same thing, but with the Global Liberation Army, or the GLA for short. Our story begins with the death of Dr. Thrax, the main villain from the American campaign, and with the needed escort of the new Supreme Leader of the GLA to safety. The objectives for this mission are simple. We must first rendezvous with a nearby GLA base, then we must use this base to build up a force capable of it destroying the nearby American outpost, sending the GLA leader to the airstrip behind it to secure his safety. As soon as the mission begins, I make sure to push everyone but the vulnerable GLA leader forward, clearing out a few small patrols and then taking over a small resource area held by the US, consisting of a supply drop zone and 2 cold fusion reactors. I then relieve the besieged GLA base northeast of the small supply base, then push across the bridges and preliminary forces with some quad cannons, getting a feel for what was over here. I decide to then build a healthy amount of Scorpion tanks and attack, quickly crushing the American base and sending the GLA leader and afterwards to escape, bringing Mission 1 of the GLA campaign to a close.
I will do this. Our will is very well. The light tank of the GLA. Scorpion tank. Scorpion tank. As you request. Fast as I can. The warrior is
I don't know for sure, but I think I got him. Just to be safe, let's get everybody gathered around.
Scorpion tank, no lack of courage. Our will is strong. I will do my best. Light tank of the GLA, no lack of courage. Light tank of the GLA, Scorpion tank. Infidel!
The warrior has fallen.
Oops. Alright, well, let's get out of here.
Our way has been set. I will do my best. Our will is strong. Light tank of the GLA, it is good.
I'm ready. The path is clear. Yes, I go. On the way. Yes, I go. Yes, I go.
Excellent work, General. We will show the Americans that we still have the power to resist them. We are victorious.
This brings us to GLA Mission 2, Hidden Agenda, where Prince Kassad, who is known in-game as the Stealth General, has withdrawn from the central GLA war effort, taking his sneak attack and GPS scrambler technologies with him. In order to secure these technologies for our fight against US forces, you must kill or capture him and his 3 command centers. Off to a good start. I actually failed this mission the first time I played it. as I couldn't keep defenses and units up with the perpetual attacks, and I only lasted about 32 minutes of perpetual defending until I finally broke, losing my palace and command center and deciding that my best bet was just to restart at this point. On my second attempt, I quickly pushed quad cannons and toxin tractors westward, seeking to secure the second oil derrick and the supply dump to allow for much more rapid buildup of forces. I then spent about 45 minutes playing defensively, only spending so long due to constant distractions from outside of the game, until I finally bring the hammer down to the north, sending scud launchers to secure the only bridge connecting the eastern and western regions, using anthrax warheads while my armored vehicles beat down the defenses and secure me the first command center. This grants me the GPS scrambler power, which allows me to turn my units stealth. After 10 further minutes of preparation, I slowly begin to whittle down Kassad's defenses. I use rocket buggies, scuds, and bomb trucks. I spend about 15 minutes doing this to clear the lower portion of Kassad's base, as the upper area is inaccessible without employing the sneak attack, which provides me with backdoor entrances to his base, which I unlock by capturing the second enemy command center on the lower half of the base. I soon realized that Kassad has built not one but 2 Scud Storms, forcing me to pick up my sluggish pace in order to keep him from annihilating my relatively small base back in the southeast quadrant. After about 10 to 15 more minutes, I managed to make a dent, tanking 2 or 3 Scud Storms before finally getting a sneak attack to hold long enough to start blowing up said Scud Storms with the assistance of Scud launchers sitting in the lower half that I was previously holding the bridge with. From here, it's just a gradual finishing of Kassad's defenses, leaving just his command center. I make a minor miscalculation in the process in an attempt to blow the command center up with bomb truck.
Wait a second. They're just gonna chain react and blow them all up, huh? Man, I hate being right.
Although my attempt at a convoy of bomb trucks was fruitless, there's always plan B. A ton of rocket buggies and scud launchers, which quickly demolished the final command center, bringing an end to the second GLA campaign mission.
Wow, that was so easy and with no mistakes whatsoever.
Wow, that took me 2 hours. That's awesome. Okay. In the third GLA mission, our goal is to cripple the US Mediterranean fleet. We must do this by first capturing the particle uplink cannon near our spawning location. And then we must battle across several islands to spot the USS frigate, which we will then destroy with the super weapon. I begin mission 3 by, as instructed, quickly pushing some units up to the particle uplink cannon, capturing it to be used throughout the mission once we secure access to some power plants. I capture a massive amount of cold fusion reactors, and I am forced to hold them to keep my super weapon powered under constant attacks by E-10 strikes and Comanche raids. Which, spoilers, by the end of the mission I will lose all but one of these reactors, primarily due to my own negligence. I then cross the small body of water to secure the palace and barracks there, using the barracks to produce German guns. Now I head northwest, recapturing the arms dealer on the far northwest of the island to get some armored units up front, primarily rocket buggies and scorpion tanks, as well as some bomb trucks later down the road. I make a couple of probing attacks against the American defenses protecting the pass northwards, but quickly resort to primarily relying on the particle cannon to destroy these defenses, as the terrain makes it impossible to rely solely on the range of the rocket buggies. I recapture the command center and black market on this island, and preparations begin. I build defenses up all over, get supplies flowing, and remain pretty passive for a bit as they build up. I begin my probing attacks after feeling satisfactorily prepared, building some attack forces up to prepare for the invasion of the final island with the American bases. As I'm preparing, however, I make a hilarious discovery. No way.
What?
This is incredibly important to the victory, by the way. This is essential to the operation here. With my newfound battleship flotilla in tow, the attacks begin. I use the particle cannon to annihilate a sizable portion of the American reactors. I then begin sending in ground forces, primarily scorpion tanks, but the US defenders don't take the invasion line down. they pushed me back into the sea with a combination of Crusader tanks, Tomahawk missiles, and Keiichi helicopters. After a long time of back and forth, I finally remembered that quad cannon uses and built up a hard push. I sent Scorpions, captured American vehicles, and bomb trucks still disguised as battleships into the fray, demolishing the American base and finally completing Mission 3.
Transporting. Shipment on the way.
Our particle cannon is
Armor
ready.
detail reporting. Humvee here.
I
Missile
will send a
guidance.
clear message.
Their carrier
I'll
will be
disguise
turned
myself as
into
the vehicle.
scrap.
Aww. We now arrive at Mission 4, driving a Kel on the 40 Thieves, which I think was supposed to be a stealth mission, but it didn't really play out like that. This mission is a raid on a toxic facility along the west coast of the United States mainland. My objective is straightforward: raid the facility to steal toxic supplies in order to rebuild weapons of mass destruction for the GLA. I shoot gradually from both the beach and the south. From the beach, I use my somehow infinite radar band scans and I capture the US Humvee to destroy all the demolition mines. I also push from the south, using hijackers to capture 3 more Humvees, and then slowly push across the lower portion of the map, using toxic tractors to clear out the garrison buildings there. I then turn my attention northwards, capturing some cold fusion reactors and destroying others, continuing it up until I can battle through the last defenses surrounding the toxic facility. From here, I have to defend the trucks transporting the 20 toxins as US reinforcements attempt to dislodge me and destroy the trucks. Although I lose a few units in this battle, I don't ever find myself desperate or even all too concerned. And just like that, I finished the 4th mission of the GLA campaign.
1. Our toxin secured and on board. We have the samples. We are ready for takeoff. Check. Package is secure. You are clear to proceed. We will defend your escape. Keep them off our tail. Get away, you stupid Americans. You have not seen the last of us. Thanks. Take off. Go, go, go. We will get our revenge, you filthy Americans.
We now bring ourselves to the absolutely brutal GLA Mission 5. I failed this mission 5 times in a row before finally working out a way to hold myself together just long enough to piece together a win. In this mission, we capture a small Chinese base in the opening cutscene, and bring a couple of GLA workers in, meaning that we have access to both factions' defensive structures and units. The goal is to cripple the American presence in Europe to force them back onto their mainland. The objectives of this mission are to destroy the Southern American base, ideally saving POWs to secure help from some AI allies, and then to destroy the main American base in the north. On my first attempt, I was quickly overwhelmed after building just a few shoddy defenses, as I overestimated how much time I really had to prepare and went way too hard into my economy. Subsequent attempts, from my second through to my fifth, are also disastrous. I'm simply unable to get a solid enough defense, alongside a long-term viable economy, and many times I'm pushed from a solid position into a spiral by the attack waves. Finally, I start piecing together the strategy needed for this mission. It's an arms race to build up as many nuclear missiles and scud storms as possible before the American enemy starts getting their particle cannons built, as if I don't strike first, I'll never recover. It is also imperative to be ready for the first several waves as soon as possible, in order to act as cover for my economic operations, as I cannot build sufficient super weapons without the internet center and black markets. I gradually piece all of this together for my final, successful run. First, I push east to secure the derrick that is between my base and the secondary American base, propping up the tunnel network, 2 Gatling cannons, and a Stinger sight to keep the oil derrick safe from both ground and aerial enemies for the time being. I must also be ready for an American attack. This consists of several tanks, as well as 2 Avengers, which are armed with point defense lasers that rapidly zap missiles while simultaneously being able to target buildings or units alike, with a guidance laser that allows its friendly units to attack said target with an increased rate. In my first few runs, this attack typically set up the domino effect that would wipe me out, but in this run, I respond quickly, fending this attack off with an armored response force. As my super weapons start getting up and running, I immediately hammer the American bases, trying to knock out their power before they can begin a barrage of particle cannons. Initially, these launches are barely calculated, as I'm just trying to find their power plants because I'd totally forgotten about the radar van and the ability to scan the map during this mission. Eventually, I come across a metaphorical holy grail, an overwhelming majority of US power plants all bundled together, perfectly clustered to be knocked out in just one Scud Storm barrage. I don't waste this opportunity, and the US enemy never really recovers from this attack. The rest of the mission is as simple as perpetual barrages of Scud Storms as I get the US southern base under wraps, taking it over to gain access to some US tech, although I barely even use this, due to how late in the mission it is that I should take care of this base. I begin to wrap things up in the north by now, knocking out a majority of production buildings, sending sneak attacks, capturing enemy structures with Black Lotus to build more forces to attack from within, and eventually, bringing GLA Mission 5 and the GLA campaign with it to a close, completing the second medal of the challenge. Yet again, I had a wonderful time making this video. I admittedly had a bit of a headache in the production, as I accidentally wiped the editing progress on my first day of editing and had to basically redo everything other than my voiceovers and the actual gameplay. Despite that several hour step back, I'm pretty pleased with the results and I look forward to the future parts in this series. Next video will be the Chinese campaign, and hopefully I can have a smoother process in that one. Please make sure to like and subscribe for the next parts, and thank you for watching.